Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shriman Venkatanatharya Kavitarkika Kesari Vedantacharya Varyo Me Sannidhattam Sadahridi. We are now studying the chapter called Prabhava Paddhati of Paduka Sahasram. Now we will see the 50th verse of Paduka Sahasram and the 20th verse of Prabhava Paddhati. Parisara Vinatanam Murdhni Durvarna Panktim Parinamayasi Shaurehe Paduke Tvam Suvarnam Kuhaka Jana Vidure Satpathe Labda Vritte Kwanu Khalu Viditaste Kopyasau Dhatu Vadaha. As all the verses of Paduka Sahasram are addressed to the Padukas, this verse 2 is addressed to the Paduka. Vedanta Deshika, he says, Shaurehe Paduke. So Paduka, he is addressing Padukas. Padukas who are very brave, or Padukas who are Padukas of Krishna. Shaurehe Paduke. Padukas of Krishna, Sri Krishna. He says, Tvam Parisara Vinatanam. You are those who are Vinatanam, who are Nata, means who bow down before you, and who are Parisara, who are near you, in your surroundings. So people who bow down to you while they are near you, such people, what do? To such people, you Murdhni, on their head, Durvarna Panktim. Durvarna means letters which are not good, bad letters. Panktim, lines of bad letters or series of bad letters. So bad letters, series of bad letters which are written on the heads of people who bow down before you. So people who are devoted to you. On their heads means on their foreheads. That means Kapala. That means their fate. So the fate is having bad letters. That means their fate is bad. It has unfavorable words or unfortunate words. Durvarna. So this Durvarna, as in all verses of Vedanta Deshikan, here also he uses imagery and he does a pun with the words. He plays and he does pun with the words. So here Durvarna also means silver. Anyway, Durvarna Panktim means the series or sentences or lines of bad letters or bad words which are there on the foreheads of people who bow down before you. That is, people who are devoted to you. What do you do? This Suvarnam Parinamayasi. You convert it, Parinamayasi. You convert it to Suvarnam, to words which are good. Suvarnam, which are good words. Also, Suvarnam, we know, means gold. So, people who bow down before you, you convert the bad letters written, that means their bad fate, ill fate, which is there on their foreheads, you convert them into good fortune. Just like some people can convert metal like silver into gold. So that is the confusion here I have, says Vedanti Deshikan. He says that is what is not clear to me, because you are Kuhaka Jana Vidure. Vidure, very far from, quite far from. You are quite far from whom? Kuhaka Jana. Kuhaka Jana means people of questionable character or dishonest persons or wicked people. So you are Paduka, and you are Padukas of Lord Ranganatha or Sri Krishna, and you are staying quite far from people who are wicked, people who are dishonest, wise people, VICE, wise people. You are far from them, and you are also Sat Pathe. You are on a very good, righteous path. You are on a righteous path. Labdha vrittehe. So your vritti or your livelihood is on the righteous path. That means you sustain yourself, or your means of subsistence is on the righteous path. And so how is it that you are Kwanu Kalu? Indeed, how is it that you know Viditaha te? How can you know this Dhatu Vadaha? Dhatu Vadaha. Kaha api asau. How can you know this Dhatu Vadaha? Or from where did you acquire the knowledge of Dhatu Vada? Dhatu Vada means alchemy. The knowledge of alchemy. So we don't know whether there is such a thing which exists, but we find mention of alchemy in various texts. So probably it was existing. We don't know, but it is there in various texts. So we don't know whether it exists or something. And usually we know that this Dhatu Vadaha or alchemy is associated with people of questionable character, dishonest people who want to make easy money, who want to help people by doing all these things. Means they want to take advantage of people by doing all this. Help means they want to convert other metals into gold. That is alchemy. You can convert iron into gold, silver, or other metals into gold. So that is alchemy. So this alchemy art, usually it is practiced by people of wicked nature, people of questionable character, dishonest people. How is it that you are able to practice this Paduka? You are always at the feet of Lord Ranganatha. How are you able to practice this? This is what I am unable to understand. Where have you learned this knowledge? Because it is usually practiced by all these dishonest people. Like there are so many sciences of hypnotizing and also controlling a person's mind, etc. All this type of knowledge or this type of science is practiced generally by people of questionable character. And alchemy was also considered to be such a science or such a method. So how did you know this technique? How? Because you are also practicing that, you are converting the Durvarna or the letters which are in silver on the foreheads of devotees, you are converting into Suvarna. You are converting it into golden letters. So how is it possible? So how did you learn this alchemy, though you are far away from people of wicked character? So this is the pun he plays. Suvarna also means good letters or good text. It also means gold. And Durvarna also means silver, and it also means bad letters. So all these Durvarna comes because of bad karmas that we do. So the results of bad karma is converted into our fate by Brahma. So that Durvarna. But the Paduka if we worship Paduka and if we place the Paduka on our head, then our fate becomes transformed from a bad fate to good fate. That means even the fruits of actions, bad actions which we did, that also, those actions also, the fruits of those actions also, they are converted into good fate or good fortune. So Paduka can convert this. So how did you get this? This is the idea. And this idea here in Prabhava Paddhati, that is the chapter which focuses on the influence or the glory of the Padukas. This idea is the great idea. And the same kind of idea is found where, of course, there it is written in a different manner. So Vedanta Deshika has written many other texts, one text being the Hayagriva Stotra. So Hayagriva Stotra and Devanayaka Panchashat. So both in these places. So in the Hayagriva Stotra, it is said Murdhanya Lipi. Murdhanya Lipi means fortune. And those fortune, Murdhanya Lipi, that means our bad fortune is wiped out. That is what Vedanta Deshika talks of in Devanayaka Panchashat and Hayagriva Stotra. In Devanayaka Panchashat, he says, Vedaha Swahasta Likhitani Duraksharani. So all that bad fate which has been written is wiped off, etc. But here, not only the bad fate is wiped off, but it is also replaced by good fortune. It is also replaced by, converted into good and favorable letters. And so the fortune or the future becomes bright and glorious. And so Vedanta Desika tells that that is the greatest prabhava or the glory of Paduka, that it can be converted, it can convert our bad fortune, a bad fate into good fortune. There can be another kind of connection also here. This particular verse is the 50th verse of Paduka Sahasram. Usually 50, whenever we observe 50th anniversary or something, it is considered to be the golden anniversary, golden jubilee, etc. So here 50, and in this particular verse, Suvarnam or gold is referred to. So we don't know whether during Vedanta Deshikan's time, even then this 50 was considered to be golden jubilee. Anyhow, Vedanta Deshika is saying that the Paduka, people who pray to Paduka or bow down to Paduka, they can completely, their fate is changed. Their fate is changed. So worshipping Paduka can change. Just we have to worship Paduka, and worshipping Paduka can change our fate. That's what is told here. Then in the next verse, that is the 21st verse of this chapter and 51st verse of the Paduka Sahasram, is like this. Balimathana viharat vardhamanasya vishnoho akhilam atipatat bihi vikramaihi aprameyah avadim anadigachan paparashihi madiyah samajani padarakshe savadihi twan mahimna. So here again, the Paduka is addressed Padarakshe, that which is protecting, or the protector of the feet of Lord Ranganatha. So the protector of the feet of Lord Ranganatha, Padarakshe, O Paduka. What is he saying here? He is saying Bali Mathana Viharat. So the Vihara or the kind of play or Leela, one can say, which was done by the Leela or divine play, which was performed by Lord Vishnu, Lord Ranganatha, for the sake of Bali Mathana, for the sake of putting down the ego of Mahabali. King Mahabali. So in the Vamana Avatara, Lord Vishnu or Lord Ranganatha took that avatara of Vamana to teach a lesson to King Mahabali because he had become egotistic. So to suppress him or to put him down. So Bali Mathana Viharat Vardhamanasya Vishnoho. Because of that particular avatara or incarnation, Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, he started growing. So we all know the story. Vamana, dwarf Brahmin came, and when he asked for 3 steps of land, so Mahabali felt very bad and he said, why don't you ask something more? And then finally he grows up and he becomes Trivikrama. That means a person, the Lord who has conquered the 3 worlds. So Lord, what did he do? For the sake of suppressing the egotism of Mahabali, which was one of his leelas or divine play, and he started growing. And Vishnu, that is Lord Vishnu, started growing. And what did he do? Akhilam, all the worlds, Atipatat Bihi, he completed or he crossed all the worlds, Vikramaihi, by his footsteps. So he crossed or he measured all the worlds using his feet. And Ati Patat Bihi means he crossed it or he traversed it on his feet. He could understand or he could cross all that through his feet. Vikramaihi. And then what happened? Aprameyaha. So now he comes to, Vedanta Deshika comes to his condition. So his condition is what? Paparashihi. Madiyaha Paparashihi. The adjectives of his Paparashihi, collection of sins. So much sins are there. Rashi means huge collection, heap or collection of sins, bundle of sins. So that Paparashi, Madiyaha Paparashi, my huge collection of sins. What is that collection? What kind of collection is that? That collection is Aprameyaha. So that my collection is Aprameyaha. It cannot be prameya, it cannot be measured. It is immeasurable. I have so many sins which are immeasurable. Avadhim anadhigachan. And it cannot be, its avadhi or limit cannot be adhigachan, means it cannot be known. Anadhigachan, it cannot be known. So my sins are so many that there are no limits to my sins. There are no limits to my sins. And Paparashi, Madhya Paparashi. And they cannot be measured. They cannot be measured. But Twan Mahimna, they cannot be measured even by Vikramaihi, even by Trivikrama, the person who measured 3 worlds, even by his feet, even by his steps, my sins cannot be measured. That is the idea. So for the sake of suppressing or removing the egotism of King Mahabali, Lord Vishnu took the avatar of Vamana, and then that avatar grew in size, and then he measured the 3 worlds. But even those steps that measured the 3 worlds cannot measure the amount of sins that I have. And because they are immeasurable and because they have no limit, and so that collection of sins, O Paduka, you, Twan Mahimna, your glory, Paduka, your glory has made that sin which is immeasurable become Savadhi. that my sins, they are without any limits, unlimited. And even Lord cannot measure, Lord's feet cannot measure. But you, because of your glory, my sins have become limited. Savadihi. And by your glory, it has become Samajani. It has become, it has Savadahi Samajani, means it has become limited. So all that sin, that means has come down in size. It has come down, it has reduced. It has reduced. Talking about sins, we all know the great disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, Girish Chandra Ghosh. So Girish Chandra Ghosh says, wherever I stand, even the earth, till a great depth, earth also, so many cubits, like so many hands, my earth also becomes impure. I have done so many mistakes, evil deeds. I have done so many wrong actions. I have committed so many sins that wherever I stand, that earth also becomes impure. This is what Girish Chandra Ghosh says about himself. And Sri Ramakrishna, he came in touch with Sri Ramakrishna, and what happened? He became a great saint. He became a great saint. He could not talk of anything other than God. So that is what happened. So here, something similar we see here also, that he says even God, even Lord Vishnu himself. Always we have to understand that according to Vedanta Deshika, the Paduka is greater than the feet. In one of the verses he has told. And the Paduka is also greater than the Lord Vishnu himself. Paduka he is giving so much importance. Paduka is greater than Lord Vishnu. Paduka is greater than the feet, pada of Lord, etc. So he says that even Lord Ranganatha could not measure my sins, cannot measure my sins, but because of you, O Paduka, my sins have come down. So here, Paduka, that can reduce the sins of a person. Once a person bows down towards to a Paduka, to the Paduka of Lord Ranganatha, then all the sins are reduced. Holy Mother Sri Sarda Devi, she says that the karma phala one has to experience, but prayer, worship reduces the intensity of karma phala. So what probably when your head would have gone, your head would have been chopped off, you probably get a wound, small wound on your head. That is the idea. So in another work which we recently referred, Vedanta Deshika's work called Daya Shataka, there also he points out that Lord Ranganatha, what did he do? He, in his Trivikrama Avatara, that is in his Vamana Avatara, he made his imprint of his foot. That means his foot's imprint was there on everybody's head. Everybody's head. So everybody's head, the foot was kept, because 3 lokas it was kept. And all people. So Lord did not see that, oh, you are a sinner, you are a good person. Only good people on their head I will keep my feet, and not on the head of sinners, etc. That is not how Lord saw. And so that was also but external. In the case of Paduka, Paduka has got the power to see into our beings. And Paduka can see our inner selves, and it can wipe off all the bad letters, like we saw in the previous verse. Bad letters, Durvarna, and it can make it into Suvarna. And Paduka can help people or living beings get moksha in a more intricate way or a more effective way than the pada or the feet of the Lord himself. That is the kind of sentiment which will keep on coming in the Paduka Sahasram, that Paduka is greater than Lord himself. Paduka is greater than the feet of the Lord, feet themselves. Then in the 22nd verse of this chapter and 52nd verse of the Paduka Sahasram, Vedanta Deshikan says, Tatabhuvi Yamunayaha Tastushi Yanniveshat Bhajadi Nigama Shaka Vaibhavam Nipa Shaka Padakamalamidam Tat Paduke Ranga Bhartuhu Tvai Bhajati Vibhutim Pashya Shakhanu Shakham Shakham Pashya Shakhanu Shakham. So here the reference is to the Krishna Avatara. So as we have already seen in the Paduka Sahasram, Vedanta Deshikan keeps on referring to different incarnations and different kinds of incidents from the Puranas. So here Vedanta Deshika is referring to Krishna Avatara. So Krishna Avatara, what is the reference? He is saying Paduke, O Paduke, Ranga Bhartuhu. So you are the Paduka, you are the companion of Lord Ranganatha. You are the companion of Lord Ranganatha, O Paduke, O the footwear of, or the sandals or slippers of Lord Ranganatha. I think there is probably no text in the whole world which is glorifying a pair of slippers. So many people, they say this Bata, this is that company, this company, and they glorify slippers. But this is the only text which is glorifying slippers. Of course, it's no ordinary slippers, the slippers of Lord Ranganatha himself. But so much glorification of slippers, there's only one text we can be sure of that. So here he says Tata Bhuvi. Okay, before that he says Paduke. Paduke. Yan niveshat, yat niveshat, Tata Bhuvi Yamunayaha Tastushi Nigama Shaka, Nipa Shaka, Nigama Shaka Vaibhavam Bhajati. So Paduke, O Paduka, Yat Niveshat, by whose going there, by whose Nivesha means presence, or by whose going there, Yat means by which feet, by the feet, because of the going or the presence of the feet of Lord Ranganatha, that is Sri Krishna, Yamunayaha Tastushi, Tatabhuvi Tastushi. So Yamuna, at the bank of Yamuna, Tatabhuvi, that which is on the bank of Yamuna, Tastushi, which is remaining in the bank, on the bank of Yamuna. Just because the feet of Sri Krishna or Lord Ranganatha was put on the banks of Yamuna, where Nipa Shaka, on the branches of Nipa means Kadamba tree, on the branches of the tree called Kadamba. So just because the feet of Sri Krishna was placed on the branches of the tree called Kadamba, what happened? Why they were placed there? Because just before Sri Krishna jumped into Yamuna to kill Kaliya, the serpent king named Kaliya, who was creating havoc in the river by poisoning the river. So before he jumped into Yamuna to kill the king, serpent king, he stepped on the Kadamba tree on the bank of Yamuna. So because of his feet falling on the Kadamba tree on the bank of Yamuna, what happened? That Nipa Shakha, the branch of Kadamba tree, it became Nigama Shakha Vaibhavam Bhajati. It attained the Vaibhavam, glory of Nigama Shakha. Nigama Shakha means it attained the glory of being a branch of the Vedas. Nigama means Vedas. So it attained the glory of being the branch of the Vedas. That is what happened. Nigama Shakha Vaibhavam Bhajati. It attained the glory of becoming a branch of the Vedas. Actually, all the Vedas, what do they talk about? They talk about the Lord. So, Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam. So Vishnu's Paramam Padam, feet, or the great state of Vishnu, that is what all the Vedas talk about. And so Vedas are talking about the feet, and wherever the feet of Lord Ranganatha falls, that is nothing but a branch of the Vedas. And because on the tree of Kadamba, Lord Ranganatha's feet fell on the banks of Yamuna, that tree became glorified as a shakha of Vedas. So Vedas, they have been transmitted by the word of mouth, through oral tradition. Vedas have been transmitted through oral tradition. So it is Shruti Parampara. So through Shruti, by hearing, it has been transmitted. Through hearing, transmission has happened through hearing. Shruti Parampara. So what has happened? Many rishis were given the responsibility of carrying the tradition of transmitting the Vedas. So they will memorize, and then they will make their disciples memorize, and those disciples further they will memorize and tell their disciples to memorize, and such tradition goes on. But because of it all being dependent on the oral tradition, what happened? Some variants or some parampara or some gurus, some teachers, their disciples had some changes in some parts of the Vedas, because they were repeating it and they were telling it to other people, and it was being transmitted like that. So there was some change which happened, and that is called Pata Veda. That means difference in Veda, difference in Pata, means reading. And so in that manner, a particular branch of a Veda which has been transmitted by a particular rishi came to be known according to that rishi's name. For example, Kanva Shakha. So Kanva Shakha is a branch which has been transmitted by Kanva Muni or Kanva Rishi. That is the idea. Madhyandina Shakha. Like that, there are different shakhas, different branches of the Vedas. So the Kadamba tree, which was a branch of a Kadamba tree, because of the feet of Sri Krishna being placed on that branch converts it itself to a branch of the Vedas. That is the greatness of the feet of Lord Ranganatha or Sri Krishna. But you are Ranga Bhartuhu. Who are you? You Paduka. You are Paduka. And you are what? You are Ranga Bhartuhu. You are always with Ranganatha, Lord Ranganatha. Tat idam pada kamalam. So you are that lotus-like feet of Ranganatha, Lord Ranganatha. You are always near that lotus-like feet of Lord Ranganatha. So what happens? Because of your feet, because of you being near that Lord Ranganatha's feet, it comes in contact with you. It comes in contact with you, and what has happened? Shakhanu shakham vibhutim pashya. Shakhanu shakham vibhutim pashya. So because of your it being in contact with you, that feet itself is very glorious, because where the feet fell or wherever the feet goes, that place becomes a branch of the Vedas. Just like the branch of Kadamba tree, the Lord's feet fell there and it became a branch of the Vedas, Nigama Shakha. But that feet also becomes more glorious because of its contact with you. Tvai bhajati. So because of its being in contact with you, what happens? Shakanu Shakam Vibhutim Bhajati. Its glory goes into various branches. That means its glory multiplies, its glory becomes manifold. Its glory becomes manifold because of it being in contact with you. So you are so powerful that you can increase the glory of the feet of Lord Ranganatha. That's the idea. You can increase the glory of the feet of Lord Ranganatha. Vibhutim bhajati. Shakhanu shakham vibhutim bhajati. Pashya. So see this. That means, see this means understand this. You should have this idea. Now, you see, we all know that the Paduka is considered to be one alvar. It is considered to be Shatakopa. So it's another Paduka. So Paduka is also considered to be an alvar. Now, this Paduka gives greatness to the foot of Lord Ranganatha. That is the idea. The Paduka gives greatness to the foot of Lord Ranganatha or feet of Lord Ranganatha. That is the idea. So here you can say that there is a reference to the Dramida Shaka. Dramida Shaka sung by Shatakopa. Shatakopa means another, it is another name for Paduka. And also the first verse of Tiruvaimuri praises the feet of Lord Ranganatha. And because the feet has been praised and the feet has been praised by Paduka. So Nammalvar is considered like this. So Paduka is being praised by Nammalvar. It has become the object of praise by so many people. 1,000 branches. Because 1,000 verses, there are 100 Tiruvaimuris, and 100 Tiruvaimuris have each one contains 11 verses. So there are 100 Tiruvaimuris. So more than 1,000 verses are there. All these 1,000 verses are like 1,000 branches. Shaka Anushaka. Shaka Anushaka. So branches after branches of praises of the feet by Lord Ranganatha, by the Paduka. That is the idea here. So that Lord's feet, that Shakanu Shakam, so it becomes the glory of Lord's feet blossoms out like that. It becomes manifold. It becomes manifold. And so Pashya here means you see this. See the multiplication of the glory of Lord Ranganatha's feet. And also here what is referred to is the huge corpus of Tamil texts. They are also called Tamil Vedas. So Tamil Marai. So the Tamil texts which are available in the form of all these texts like Tiruvaimuri. So that is the Shaka, that is the Tamil branch or Dramida Shaka of the Vedas. That is the idea. Tamil Vedas, which are like that Sahasra Shaka Upanishad. So it's like a Upanishad has been, means it has been divided into thousands of branches, or Upanishad having thousands of branches in Tamil. And why? Because Nammalvar, who is considered to be the Paduka, so Paduka, Nammalvar is responsible. He is the person behind Tiruvaimuri. So that is why, because of you, that is because of you, Paduka. So here there is a reference to Nammalvar. So because of you, Paduka, the glory of this particular feat of Lord Ranganatha has become manifold. This glory has become manifold. Afterwards, in the 53rd verse, Vedanta Desikan, he gives us another wonderful verse in praise of the Paduka. He says, Shirasi vinihitayam bhakti namre bhavatyam sapadi tanubritaha tam unnatim prapnuvanti madhu ripupada rakshe yad vashenaiva tesham anitara sulabham tadhama hastapacheyam. So here he says, Madhu Ripu Padarakshe. The Padaraksha or the footwear of Madhu Ripu. Madhu is the name of, as we all know, Madhu is the name of a Asura, and Ripu, the enemy or the foe of that Asura, is Sri Krishna or Lord Ranganatha. So Padarakshe, the footwear of the enemy of Madhu, Asura named Madhu. What does he say? Tanu Britaha. Those people who have a body, that means those who are embodied beings. Tanu Britaha, having a body, embodied beings. Embodied beings, what do? Tanu Britaha Bhavatyam Bhakti Namre. So Paduka, so towards you, having bhakti towards you, bhakti namre, becoming humble by the devotion they have towards you, becoming or being humbled by their devotion towards you. Shirasi vinihitayam. So what do? They, because of their devotion towards you, and also because when you are kept on their head, means when you are placed on their head, what do? They bhakti namre, because of devotion, they bow down their head. So in the temple, when Paduka of the Lord Ranganatha is placed on the head of a devotee, what does the devotee do? The devotee bows down because of devotion. Because of devotion. Now here is the Alankara. Here is the nice play or the nice imagery which comes here. And that is, Vedanta Deshika says that when a person, because of devotion towards you, when Shirasi Vinihitayam, when you are kept on the head, placed on the head of a person, of a devotee, that person's head bows down before you, that person, tam unnatim sapadi prapnuvanti. Sapadi, immediately, without any delay. Without any delay. Sapadi, without any delay, tam unnatim prapnuvanti. Sapadi prapnuvanti. So that person attains progress. That person attains progress. Means though that person's head goes down, that person becomes great. That is the idea. That person attains a great state because of their head going down, because of devotion. So if your head goes down, means you will go up. That is the idea here. If your head bows down in devotion, you will attain to a great state, to a higher state, to a glorious state. Prapnuvanti. Yad vashenaiva itara sulabham tadhama tesham hastapacheyam. And also yad vashenaiva. So here, because they go to a great state, they attain a high state because of their bowing down in devotion to you. What happens? Because of that state, yad vashenaiva, definitely because of that state, itara sulabham, that anitara sulabham, that which is not easy to attain by others. That which is not easy to attain by others. That means others means who are not bowing down in devotion to the Paduka. Those people. those who are not bowing down in devotion to Paduka, so for them it is Anitara Sulabha, means it is not, it is Durlabha. It is not easily accessible. It is inaccessible. So those people, what do those people do? They tesham taddhama tesham hastapacheyam. So that particular feet or the great seat of Lord, taddhama, the dhama. Dhama means the place of residence or where it is there. Dhama, taddhama. So the dhama, that place or residence, that dhama becomes what? It becomes easy to attain. How? Hasta apacheyam. It is at one's arm's length, so to say. At one's arm's length. So dhama means both place and it also means effulgence. So the effulgence of Lord. So here actually it means the place where Lord is. So Paramapadam, the place that is Paramapadam means the great position of Lord. Where he is, Lord Vishnu is, Lord Ranganatha is. So that place is very difficult to attain. It is very difficult to attain. But for a person who bends low in devotion, that person goes high, reaches a high state. And from that high state, it is very easy to attain that. So whenever we want to reach out to something which is kept in a loft or something that is in a height, we use the ladder. We use the ladder and we go up and we can access that particular place. So what is the ladder here? Ladder is bowing down to the Paduka. That is the ladder. If we can use this ladder, bowing down to Paduka, then if we can just use that ladder, we just bow down to Paduka and immediately we are lifted. We go high. How high we go? We go to the Paramapada, the abode of Lord Vishnu. And from there, it's only arm's length. What is arm's length? The abode, the place where Lord Vishnu resides is only at arm's length. That means it is accessible. It becomes accessible. So Lord's abode becomes accessible to people who are devoted to Paduka and they bow down in devotion to the Paduka. And so Tanubhrita, it is accessible to all embodied beings. But generally, temples, only human beings go and only on their heads Paduka is placed. But even other beings, because Vedanta Deshika does not say only human beings. So Tanubhrita means all embodied beings. Even other beings, if they have that devotion and they bow down in devotion to the Padukas, they will attain the highest state. That is the idea. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Smriti?
Yes, Swamiji.
So we can end, isn't it?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay. Namaste. Shubharatri.